Break the Board Sports. It's your boy RJ Cash Cole. Click that like, hit subscribe. Oh no, what are we going to do? Football season is over. No more betting. Gotta wait till next September. Well, let me ask you something. If you're going to wait till next September, how are you going to have money to bet next September? You're going to keep doing the same old thing. Okay, let me take my $500 out, and when I blow it week one, go on to week two and nonsense. I always love the people that say, I don't bet hockey. I don't bet. I mean, I'll bet the NBA playoffs when it comes around, or I'll bet the 3 major horse races, but I don't bet hockey. I don't bet basketball. I'll bet the tournament. It's funny. March Madness is set up just like the Super Bowl. All of a sudden, all the amateurs come out. Everybody and their grandmother. You got 88-year-old grandmothers filling out brackets, playing in bracket pools, betting game. Like everybody's betting games in March Madness, and nobody knows anything about any of the teams outside of like Duke, Kansas, Kentucky, and North Carolina, right? And they're just then you got the people, I like this jersey color or whatever, and they fill their brackets out. Or people say, I can't sit and watch a hockey game. Well, what in the world does sitting and watching a hockey game have to do with making money? Or this is my favorite one, maybe the best one of all time. I don't like baseball. I don't have time in the summer. I'm playing golf. I'm going on family vacations. So what is the difference in the 5 seconds it takes you to put an NFL bet in to the 5 seconds it takes you to put an MLB bet in? Well, I just don't know baseball. Well, listen, I'm going to let you guys in on a secret that some of you may not have realized in all your betting days. When you go to the window, right, and you put your ticket in, or if you're on your phone and you're doing it mobile, I got news for you. They don't pay you any different for the NFL as they do a Major League Baseball game on a Tuesday night. They pay the same. And just so you're aware, as crazy as you think it sounds, you have more of an edge in that college basketball or that Major League Baseball game than you do in an NFL or college football game. You want to know why? That NFL or college football, those lines come out before the year. They call them the look-ahead lines. Westgate's typically the first one that puts them out, but you have a lot of the offshores have caught up and let theirs out way early. So you'll start seeing those lines like end of June, middle of July. Now, in your mind, you're thinking, it's preseason. Now here's the line. No, that line's been out for a month and a half. They do every game across the NFL week 1 through week 17, 18 now. And they do like the top 100 college football games. So those lines are out 2-3 months before the game even kicks off. I mean, there's still free agency happening. There's still trades happening. That line, by the time you get to the NFL kickoff week 1, you have zero edge. And then throughout the week, what do we all do on Mondays? We all start, if you're a handicapper like me, you start diving into the game. But the public, they turn on ESPN or Fox Sports or VSiN, whoever they're going to turn on, and they start just all week long they're engulfed. So by the time it gets to Saturday or Sunday, they're ready to fire. They know everything because they've listened to every expert on every TV, and they're going to plop their ass down and watch every single game Saturday and Sunday. So where's the edge? As to where if you're betting college basketball, if you're betting especially baseball, and I'm just going to tell you, baseball, you have more of a chance to be up more units. I've been up more units over 12 of the last 16 years in baseball than I have in football, right? Because it's every day teams get into rhythm. The pitchers, the bullpens. Like baseball becomes easy to handicap. Same way with hockey. Now, full transparency, the 2 most heartbreaking sports where you get the worst beats, honestly, are baseball and hockey, right? Especially baseball, because baseball, there's no clock. You never run out of time. You just run out of outs, right? So there's no race against the clock. There's been plenty of baseball games been up 5-1, handicap the right side, and all of a sudden the bottom of the 8th, it falls apart, right? So baseball is more taxing mentally, right, from a handicapping standpoint. Hockey's more taxing mentally from a handicapping standpoint because you can be on the right side, be up 2-1, and then all of a sudden game goes into overtime and you lose 3-2, and you were up 2-1. the entirety of the game. But listen, we've seen enough crazy stuff in the NFL. Is it really any different? It's just we're so numb to the fact of we love football, so we just look things off. That's football. It happens. Or, it's rigged. Nothing's rigged, right? So, like, when you look at that and you start looking at, okay, well, RJ, if I can make money doing it, how do I do it? Well, you got about a month left in college basketball, not even that, and you're in the tournament, the conference tournaments and the tournaments. So I say this, pick out you one conference that your favorite team's in or whatever, study up on that conference, just dedicate an hour a day to it, right? And then for hockey, NBA, man, if you've never done it before, I wouldn't start just firing blanks. I would find me 3 handicappers, right? Because here's the deal, and this is what people don't realize. I don't want to spend money on a handicapper because I can lose on my own. That may be the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life, right? Like, I invest. I have a lot of investments. I don't tell my stockbrokers what to invest in. Right? I don't do it. I don't tell my accountant how I should spend my money, right? Like, there are people that invest your money and do things with your money. And yes, you track it. Yes, you tail it. But I do get it. The handicapping industry is so watered down. So here's what you do. You find you 3, right? And you try to find you 2 cheap guys, right? Because you want to look where you can hit it big. Find you 2 cheap handicappers, right? And then find you one mid to kind of expensive, right? Figure out what you want your budget to be. And here's the other thing. Stop wasting money on daily or weekly picks, right? Just stop doing that, because anybody can have a great day and anybody can have a great week, but sometimes people have great months and bad months. I always say this, it's a 3-month process. That's why you got to find 2 cheap and expensive one. And you might go a while, right? You might go a while doing this, but by the time football comes around, you'll figure out, okay, who is somebody that I can trust in hockey? And then baseball the same way. You need to start looking at baseball now, kind of start fishing around, right? What are people talking about? I'm telling you, Major League Baseball starts the end of March, and it is the easiest way to pick up 40 to 50 units. The easiest way to pick up 40 to 50 units. Also, I would also say NASCAR. You might be, whoa, listen. A guy that's very sharp in the industry, Steve McKinnon, writes a lot for VSiN. A third of the races he had the winner. He was up like over 30 units last year. Now, I've always did NASCAR handicapping myself, but I actually tailed him on some stuff. He does a great job. Follow him this year in NASCAR and just see. You don't even have to bet it. Just keep a log, right? Would I have been up if I had followed this guy, right? But for baseball, your attention needs to shift, because you have the ability, just think in your mind, whatever your unit size is, if I can pick up 35 to 70 units between college hoops, NHL, baseball from now to September, if I picked up 70 units and let's say I bet 100 a game and I picked up $7,000 in between now and football, now I had whatever I was going to start with football, now I add 7,000 to it. What would your life look like come the Super Bowl next year? What if you're a guy that has a $2,000 bankroll? If you do what I'm telling you, what if that $2,000 bankroll by the time football rolled around was $15,000? What would your life look like? Now, if you have a $15,000 bankroll when you're used to having a $2,000 bankroll, now by the end of football, you got a $25,000, $30,000 bankroll. By the next football season, you're up to like 70, 75,000, because the bigger the bankroll gets, the more you can bet, but it's the same unit size and same percentage. Again, be smart. There is money to be made. Don't be bullish. Don't be stupid. Invest and find the right path. You're going to get burned a couple times. I got burned early on in my life until I started to learn how to handicap on my own. Figure it out and build you a process. RJ Cash, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap, whether you fade or follow. I hope you guys win your bets. God bless and happy handicap.